What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday, a spot where I get Scentsy reviews out to you. And this week we have 3 scents that are currently available, but they're limited time offers from the Inside Out 2 collection, so let's get started. Alright, let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Sadness Feeling Blue. This one at 29% of the vote. It's this beautiful blue wax. It's about medium intensity on cold sniff, and I would put this in the fresh category, but from that, it's an aquatic masculine cologne based scent to my nose. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, dramatic dark waters, evening lavender, and bergamot deeply touch your gentle soul. I think that's a great scent description. Now, when I smelled this in the warmers, I thought of 2 scents, and I don't have either scent to compare it to, so I could be way off. But this one has a bright, sweet tone that reminded me of a scent from the Aladdin collection called Friend Like Me. And it's almost like you took a friend like me and mixed it with a little bit of Lake My Day. Something like Lake My Day, which is an aquatic, fresh, masculine leaning scent. That's what I get. And then as I was thinking about it, I thought to myself, it kind of reminds me of a brighter, sweeter daytime version of Dark Harbor, which is currently available in Bring Back My Bar. So if that kind of helps you figure out what this smells like, there is definitely a masculine lean to this. There's definitely aquatic lean. It's a little bit bright at the beginning, and then as it warms, more of that manly cologne scent becomes noticeable. Now, speaking of warming, this performed very, very well. So let's talk about performance. I warmed 3 cubes in the boys' bedroom. They had 2 cubes in a full-size warmer and 1 cube in a mini warmer. At max, it was 8 out of 10. I did leave it going 3 days. Now, I'd say on day 2 and 3, it was maybe about half the intensity, or 2/3. It did very well. I removed it on day 3, and it still had a little bit of scent. Then I put it in the kids' bathroom, just 2 cubes, and there it was a little bit lighter. I would say 7 out of 10. I find that warmer maybe isn't as strong, but I left it going 3 days. So I would say this is a good bedroom bathroom scent, and longevity is pretty good. I would say a great performing wax. Out of all of the scents in this collection, I would say this one performed the best. I would say spring summer leaning, but you could warm it all year round, especially in a bathroom. And yeah, that's about it. Will I be repurchasing more of this one? I'm just trying to limit my license purchases, so not a repurchase for me, but definitely a good performer in my opinion. That's Sadness Feeling Blue. All right, let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Fear Scared Purple. This is from the Inside Out 2 collection. This one at 21% of the vote. It's a light purple colored wax, and it's between light and medium intensity on cold sniff. I would put this in the fruity category, but with a sub of candy. It's kind of a confectionery fruity scent. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, stay cautiously optimistic with grape, raspberry, and an unexpected touch of vanilla. So as a side note, this was my family's favorite pick out of all the 3 scents. All 3 of my other family members agreed that this is their favorite. So this reminds me of a sweet tart candy, which is, I hope that they have that in the US, but it's like a very dusty, hard, almost like that powdery compressed candy, and it's very light and airy and vanilla based, but always has a little bit of a flavor. So this reminds me of like the grape flavor, almost like if you had 2 of them in your mouth and maybe just one of the red ones, or less of the red, because they said there's raspberry. I feel like you don't get very much raspberry. It's mostly grape, and the grape isn't heavy. It's very light and airy and heavily mixed with vanilla. So it definitely is dusty and it's powdery, if you can imagine that kind of feeling, but a sweet, sweet presentation of that. So let's talk about performance. I warmed 4 cubes here in my bedroom bathroom combination, and I would say it is between 6 and 7 at its max. And the first day I just left it going 12 hours. I turned it off. Day 2, I would say it was about 3 out of 10. So it definitely dropped off after that first warming. And I warmed 3 cubes in my boys' bedroom. It was about 6 out of 10 at its max, and I left it going almost 2 full days. At the start of day 2, you could definitely smell it. I would say it was about 4 out of 10, but it just trailed off throughout that day. So I would say, out of all the grapes I've smelled, I think this would probably be my favorite on scent appeal. I like it better than Buzz Lightyear. I definitely like it better than Gleeful Grape, and it's a lot lighter in presentation than Grape Granita. Grape Granita is very heavy and saturated, and this is almost the polar opposite. So light and airy and powdery and youthful. So I would say because of the youthful feel, it's definitely great in kids' rooms. You could warm it anywhere really, but I'd say that's where I would probably warm it. Now I only have 1 cube left. Now speaking of, I did hear Angie Smith mention if you mix this with like vanilla bean buttercream or sugar cookie, it gives you a really nice bakery scent, almost like I can't remember what she said, but I imagine in my mind like a muffin variation. So I would say small to medium spaces for this, and I think if you do that, you'll have pretty good success in closed spaces. And would I be repurchasing this one? I don't think so, but if I saw it at a good price in clearance, I would definitely pick some up. So that is Feared, Scared Purple. All right, let's talk about our third place scent for the week. It is Disgust Turning Green. This one is a green colored wax, obviously, and it had 18% of the vote. I would say it's about a medium intensity on cold sniff, and I would put this in the fruity category. But again, it's a youthful, candied fruity. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, set high standards with Granny Smith apple, spun sugar, and a sassy hint of lime zest. I don't get a lot of lime. I think it just brightens it up a little bit, but I definitely get the spun sugar, which is that sweetness, and the green apple. Now, green apple scents, we've had a few. We've had A is for apple. We've had like green apple from the Jelly Belly collection, Apple Teeny Splash. I think if you like any of those scents, you might enjoy this one. So let's kind of highlight the fact that it is not an authentic apple. It's more of a candied apple. So going into that, you're going to say, okay, well, that makes sense because it's a kid's collection. So let's talk about performance. I thought to myself, I definitely want to warm it in the kids' room. So I warmed it in the kids' bathroom to start, 2 cubes. At max, it was 7 out of 10. And I found that it didn't even feel like it lasted a day. It just really, really dropped off. So I thought, well, I'm going to warm it in Erica's room. So I warmed 3 cubes in Erica's room, 2 in a full-size warmer and 1 in a mini. It was about 7 out of 10 at its maximum. And then that was going for a few hours, and then it just kind of trailed off. And I found at the end of the first day, I couldn't really smell it. So I did change it after a day. So for me, it was more disappointing. Instead of disgust, it was more disappointing. I was a little bit surprised at the performance of this one, but I think if you want to get the most out of it, warm it in a small space, enclosed space, and obviously it does read a little bit spring and summer, but you can warm it in a small kids room or a playroom. And if you're someone that really likes to change your scent out frequently, if you had performance like me, then this scent would probably be fine for you. But if you're someone that likes to have scents last and last and last, then I would say maybe stay away from this one. Would I be repurchasing this one? No, I don't think so. It was a little bit disappointing in performance. I did like the scent okay, just strength was okay. Longevity was really not there for me. So that is Disgust Turning Green. All right, let's move to the portion of the video where I'm going to present to you some scents and you guys are going to vote. If you're new to my channel, you're going to pick 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. Put your votes down in the YouTube comment section. If you can't vote on YouTube, find my Instagram post. It's Patricia Gates, and put your 2 votes there. All right, so I have upcoming scent of the month for August for scent number 1. So scent number 1 is going to be Honeycrisp Harvest. And then we're waiting for some more scents to arrive, so we're going to go to the box. So scent number 2 is Pink Currant and Birchwood. Sorry, that's really wrinkly, but that's what that is. Scent number 3, Let's Get Punchy. And I do have a bar of that one, should you pick that one. Scent number 4, White Grapefruit, and I have a bar of that, should you pick that one. Scent number 5, Weathered Leather, currently available in the catalog, and continuing over. And scent number 6, Clothesline, also currently available, also carrying over. So, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to vote, and I will see you guys in the next video.